Stampers, welcome to another episode of Card Play. Today I want to specifically focus on sharing a card with you that shows you how to tie this corner knot. Because if you try to just take one piece of ribbon and tie that knot, you'll probably end up as frustrated as I did. And I'm trying to help you avoid that frustration. So let's get started and show you how to do it. For this project, we are going to need a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This piece is 3 1/4 inches by 3 inches. We're also going to take these two stamps from the Cheep Talk stamp set. And let's start with our stamping. I'm actually going to use the Stamp-A-Ma-Jig for this stamping. And we're also going to need our Old Olive Classic ink. So we're just going to start with the stems, so I'm just going to stamp that onto the imaging sheet. And if you want to, you can take some temporary adhesive just to keep your piece from moving around on you. So I'm just going to start with my first stem, and that's going to be over here toward the left-hand side. Just line up my corner and stamp. And now to make this a much longer stem, I'm just going to come in with my imaging sheet and we're going to stamp stem and leaves right over the last set. And we're going to do this one more time on this side. I think that that's how long I would like that flower stem to be. Great, and now we're going to come in and do another set, and this time I'm going to have it be 4 leaves high. And now for the last one, I'm going to just make it 2 leaves high. And one more. Okay, great. So now we are just going to go ahead and stamp our flowers. I have a couple of scrap pieces of Whisper White cardstock. Just going to bring in this flower. And we're going to stamp in 3 different colors. We're going to use Melon Mambo, Tempting Turquoise, and Daffodil Delight. So let's stamp those 3 flowers. And I actually might be able to fit them all on the one piece of cardstock. I'm just going to clean off the stamp. And let's do that in Tempting Turquoise. Stamp off and clean. And last but not least, Daffodil Delight. Now what we're going to do is punch out those flowers. We're going to use our 1-inch circle punch and just come in and punch out those flowers. Okay, what I want to do to decorate the flowers is just add some of these Jewel's Basic rhinestones. So we're going to put one in the center of each of our flowers. Okay, so now that we have our flowers together, I want to stamp our greeting, and we're going to put it up here. I've already stamped this thanks from the Fabulous Phrases stamp set, and I want it to be up here in this top left-hand corner. So let's set up our Stamp-A-Ma-Jig and pull that away. Grab our thanks stamp, and we're going to stamp this in Early Espresso ink. Okay, and now we are ready for tying our bow. You're going to need some snail, and I have 2 pieces here of 5 inches of the Old Olive satin ribbon. And what we're going to do, if you can see, if you tried to tie a knot like this, it just doesn't work. It will work for us though if our ribbon is not 1 piece but actually 2 pieces. So what we're going to do is turn this over, and you'll see it's diagonal to this side, so that when we fold it over, it's now going in this direction. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not sure how else to explain it, other than when you put an elastic around a package, when you're wrapping a package, and how it goes kind of this way and then up the other side and then this way again. Maybe that helps visualize what I'm doing. And we're just going to put some snail down to adhere that piece. So again, if we're looking at this, that's the back going in that direction, and then when we turn it over, when we fold this ribbon, it's going to go diagonally in this direction. So now we're going to do the same thing with this piece. So again, we want it to be able to fold over this way. So I'm holding it in back, and we're just going to adhere it down with some snail. There we go. So now when we turn this back over, we're actually able to knot it. I'm going to go left over right and pull that through. And so now we've got one at 12 o'clock and one at 6 o'clock. I'm going to bring the 6 o'clock one toward 12 o'clock, and we're going to bring the left one over the right. Try to tuck it under, and then we're going to pull it through like so. And you can play around and straighten out your ribbon as much as you want. I think for our purposes that is fine. And then I'm just going to grab my ribbon scissors and go ahead and cut these edges. Cut this one in this direction. So now we have a really cute little corner ribbon without the frustration of trying to tie it. So you know the secret behind it. Now what we're going to do is take some dimensionals, and we're going to adhere our flowers. So put one flower here, one's going to go there, and one here, and our tempting turquoise over here. The last thing we need to do is place this on our card base. I used a piece of Marina Mist cardstock, and this piece is 4 3/4 by 9.5. So our finished card is going to be 4 3/4 square. And we're just going to use dimensionals to pop this up into the middle of the card. So just in the 4 corners and one in the center. Go ahead and center that where you would like it. That looks great. And press down. And there you have it, a really cute little thank you note with a very secret way of tying a corner knot. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of Card Play, and I look forward to seeing you very soon here in the craft room.